The calculator is mandatory in your course, and nobody teaches you the 3 settings that quietly cause wrong answers. You can know the finance properly but still lose the marks because the machine was set up wrong even before you started typing. So let's fix that. 3 settings, 5 keys, 1 workflow that solve every time value of money problem. You will see this term. Here is the thing about the BAIIPlus. It's not hard, it's just unforgiving. It's just exactly what you tell it, including your mistakes. By the end of this video, you will have a 5-step routine you run on autopilot. Same steps for a saving goal, car loan, mortgage payment, bond price. You stop guessing the answer and start trusting your answer. Let's start with 3 settings, because if those are wrong, nothing else matters. Settings 1. Payments per year equals to 1. By default, this calculator tries to do the compounding for you. Don't let it. Set payment per year to 1 and you stay in control. You convert the rate and the period itself. Every time. Fewer surprise, fewer wrong answers. Settings 2. End mode. Look at your screen. If you see the letter BGN, your calculator thinks every payment happens at the start of the period. Almost every exam questions assume the end. If BGN is showing, press second BGN second set to turn it off. The symptom of leaving it on. Your answer comes out slightly too big. Just big enough to get it wrong, not enough to notice. The next and the last setting, and this is the big one. You trust me? Clear before every single problem. The calculator remembers your last problem. So that means what you cheat in the last time, calculator remember it in their memories. So those old numbers sit in the keys and poison your next answer. So before your every new question, second clear TVM. Make it a reflex, like clicking your seatbelt. This one habit prevents more wrong answers than anything else on this list. So you just trust me. Now the 5 keys, the whole row across the top. So that's the whole 5 rows. In the total number of period, not years, periods. 5 years of monthly payment is 60. So if it says 5 years, your N would be 5 times 12, 60. So the period is not the same as the number of years. The next, I/Y, the interest rate per period as a percentage. Type 6, not 0.06. If your question asks 6%, just type 6. Because the calculator assumes that as a percentage. Whatever number you input on this keystroke, the calculator add the percentage and assume that percentage. The next one is PV, that's the value today. And next, PMT, the payment each period. Again it's period, not per year. And the last one is the FV, that's the value at every year end. That's the value at the last one is FV, that's the value at the very end. The rule is quite simple. Enter any 4 of them and then press CPT and you got the 5th. The calculator solved for whatever you didn't give it. Money leaving your pocket is negative. Money coming back to you is positive. You invest $1,000, that's a negative PV because it left your hands. The calculator hand it back later as a positive. Mix those sign up and you get error 5 or an answer that makes no sense. Get the sign right and the machine does the rest for you. So here is the routine. Memorize this, not the individual problem. So the number 1 is clear, second clear TVM, 2 convert. N is your times period per year. Then I by Y is your annual rate divided by period per year. 3. Enter your three knowns with the right signs. 4. Put a 0 in the key you are not using. So if there is a no lump sum payment, PV is 0. If the loans is fully paid at the end of the very period, then it's FV equals to 0. Type the 0. Don't assume it. Make sure the input that you are not using must have 0. 5. Compute the missing key. Then simply check the answer. So let's run it twice. Step 1, clear. Step 2, convert. 4 years monthly. So N is 4 times 12 is 48. Type it as a math. 4 times 12 equals then N. And the rate 5.4% a year, 12 months. So I by Y is 5.4 divided by 12. That's 0.45. Step 3 and 4, the knowns and the 0. There is no money in the account today, so the PV is 0. The payment is $250 a month, and it's leaving your pocket into the account, so it's negative. So 250 plus minus PMT, and the last step is 5, that is compute CPT FV, $13,361. Now sanity check it. Always you put in 48 payments of $250, that's 12,000 of your own money. The answer is about 13,500. So roughly 1360 is your interest. That's believable for 5.4% over 4 years. If the calculator has spat out 50,000, you know something was wrong. Same 5 steps, different unknown. This time we know the value today and we want the payment. Clear. So convert 5 years monthly. So that is N equals to 60. Rate is 7.2%. So it will be 7.2 divided by 12. That is 0.6. Now the signs. That is the part student get backwards. You borrowed the money, so 18,000 came into your pocket. So in this case, PV is positive. The cards paid off at the end of the period. In this case, FV is 0. Now compute the payment. Negative 358. Thus, the minus sign just means it's money leaving your pocket every month. So that means you have to pay the lender every month out of your pocket. So your payment is about $358 a month. Let's do the sanity check. 60 payments of 360 is roughly 21,500 on an $18,000 loan. So you pay about 3,500 in interest over 5 years for 7.2%. That's right in the range. The answer holds up. That's the whole point. Two completely different problems, a saving goal and a loan. Same 5 steps. The calculator never change, only which key you solve for. So 3 settings, 5 keys, 1 workflow. Clear it, convert it, enter your knowns with the right signs. Zero out the key you don't need and compute. Then check that the answer makes sense before you write it down. I put all of these, every keystrokes, the sign rules, and the worksheet for EAR, NPV bonds, and the Canadian mortgage on a free one-page cheat sheet. Links in the description. Print it, type it inside your binder, bring it to the every problem set. And if the keystrokes are not the problem, and if it is when to use which worksheet and why the finance works the way it does, that's exactly what a one-on-one session fixes. First session comes with a study plan built around your actual course. That links below too. Get the setup right. This calculator stop fighting you. See you in the next one.